Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars. Let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today. Starting off on the 30-minute time frame for Bitcoin, where we can see that Bitcoin is just trading inside this descending parallel channel right here, with the top side of the channel acting as a level of resistance sitting at 68.9k, and the bottom of this channel acting as a level of support, currently as of the time of recording sitting at 64.4k. And if we zoom in on the 30-minute time frame here, we can actually see this bearish divergence on the chart. And usually what that means is that it is unlikely to expect bullish momentum in the immediate short term here, because remember, we are talking about the 30-minute time frame. So unless this signal gets invalidated, so really trading above 68.5k, for example, or just trading out of this range altogether, that would invalidate it, and then yes, we can see more bullish momentum. But for now, because of this bearish divergence on the 30-minute time frame, we can expect to either see some bearish momentum or some more choppy sideways price action over the next 12 to 24 hours. Taking a look at this 4-hour time frame, you can see that recently we did not manage to clear above this 0.786 Fibonacci level, and we traded all the way down to the 0.618 Fibonacci level, sitting at 67.2k, where we found some support and are now trading to the upside a little bit. But this 67.2k level is actually critical to hold for Bitcoin in the short term here, because in the case that you do see the Bitcoin price trade below and then flipping it into a level of resistance, well, then the next Fibonacci level of support below that is the 0.5 Fibonacci level, sitting at 65.2k. Now moving on to some more support and resistance levels, what we can see right here is that we do have that 67.2k level that I was talking about earlier, not only as a Fibonacci level of support, but just as a big level of support in general. Though if we do trade below that, then there is a big level of support right here, sitting at 66 all the way down to 65,000 US dollars for the Bitcoin price. Now, if this bounce here is all the bearish momentum we're going to get in the short term here, and we start trading to the upside, you can already kind of see it playing out here, but this is a level of resistance sitting at 68.5k all the way up to 70,000 US dollars for the Bitcoin price. And if we do see Bitcoin flipping it into a level of support, so trading above that 70k level, and there will be some short-term resistance right here at 70.5k. And for now, I think those are the only levels to really worry about, because as you can see right here, if we zoom out to this daily time frame, Bitcoin has just been consolidating inside this descending channel for weeks at this point, and the top side of that resistance right now, as of the time of recording, is sitting at 70.5k as well. And obviously we can expect this to be a massive level of resistance. So unless we break through that resistance and flip it into support, we cannot expect the Bitcoin price to be going higher anywhere up in this zone right here. And in terms of the support for this descending channel, as of the time of recording, it is sitting at 57.6k. So I am obviously not calling for the Bitcoin price to just drop down like this, but I'm just saying, so long as we are sitting inside this descending channel, then yes, both of these price levels are still completely on the table, though because we are now on the higher side of this descending channel, there will be a lot of support levels in between where potentially we could see a bounce from there. So that is just something to keep in mind. Now taking a look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat maps, first of all on the 3-day time frame. And again, we saw a perfect sweep of this level of liquidity right here, sitting at 68.5k. So these liquidation heat maps have been absolutely invaluable to all of us here. And the Bitcoin price just keeps getting attracted to where there is the most liquidity on this chart. So actually paying attention to this is very valuable if you are short-term trading Bitcoin. Anyway, so now that we have taken out this level of liquidity, you can see that most of the liquidity is sitting to the upside at 69.2k, roughly speaking. However, there is now also a lot of liquidity to the downside right here, as low as about 66.3k. And zooming out to this 1 week time frame, we might get something like this again, where we first sweep liquidity to the upside and then to the downside. And yes, of course, it can be the inverse, where we first sweep to the downside and then to the upside. But I do think it is likely that we are taking out both of these levels of liquidity, so long as we are still just chopping around in this descending channel. Now, before I continue with the Bitcoin analysis, If you are new to the channel here, I highly recommend you join the Discord server because we have close to 700 people in here that are trading crypto every single day, sharing analysis with each other and just talking about crypto in general. So if that's something you're interested in, then go check it out. You can do it with the first link in the description of this video. And also I'm running a $250 giveaway inside the server right now. So you can also just join and check that out. You can find more about the giveaway here in the announcements channel once you have joined and verified. So in the description of the video you're watching right now, simply go to the description and click on this link right here. You can join the Discord server completely for free. Anyways, let's get back to this Bitcoin analysis. So if we take a look at the Bollinger Bands on the 4-hour time frame, they have been squeezing the price quite a lot over the past week or so. So what we can expect if we do continue to see these Bollinger Bands contracting is that we will likely see a volatile move either to the upside or to the downside, but it is going to be a volatile move if we do see these Bollinger Bands continuing to contract. Because for example, you can see that right here in this green box where you saw the Bollinger Bands contracting, and then boom, here we go. We got a fast move to the upside. This was about an 8% move in less than a day. And then again, we saw a move here where we had the Bollinger Bands contracting once again. And at some point, the price got squeezed too much. We saw another volatile move to the downside. This was a quick 6% move in the Bitcoin price, in this case to the downside. So again, if we do continue to see this contracting right here, then at some point we are going to see a volatile move to the upside or to the downside. Now, since we are trading inside a weekend, we do have this CME gap sitting at 67.5K. And in the case that you don't know, over 90% of CME gaps actually get filled during the following week. And the CME gap is created when the markets close on Friday, and then we have a discrepancy, a difference between the close price and the open price. So in this case, the price is sitting at 68.1K as of the time of recording. So it is very likely that we are going to see a closing of this CME gap. For example, if the markets open right here on Monday and the price is still trading around that 68K level, we can see a move down to close the CME gap, or at least get somewhere in this range right here before the price then moves back to the upside or to the downside. But we are very likely to see a closing of this CME gap. So therefore, this is an important price level to pay attention to when the markets open again on Monday. Now moving on to Ethereum on this 4-hour time frame, where we are seeing this hidden bullish divergence. And there was some confusion in the comments about this yesterday. So let me just clarify that once again. So you have a regular bullish and bearish divergence, and there are also hidden bullish and bearish divergences. And in this case, like I said, it is a bullish divergence, but it is a hidden bullish divergence because we are seeing higher lows in the Bitcoin price and lower lows in the RSI momentum indicator, making it a hidden bullish divergence. And this is basically the same as a regular bullish divergence, where it is unlikely to see some real bearish momentum, and instead it is more likely to either get some choppy sideways price action or even some bullish momentum. But with these hidden bullish divergences, it is actually less strong of an effect than when you have a real bullish divergence. So that is important to pay attention to. And in the case that we do see the Ethereum price trading below this trend line right here, then we can consider this hidden bullish divergence played out and actually invalidated, and it opens the door again for more bearish momentum. So that is important to pay attention to. Now moving on to the support and resistance levels for Ethereum, starting off with this Fibonacci resistance right here sitting at $4,000, which is the 0.786 Fibonacci level. And in terms of Fibonacci support, we do have the 0.618 Fibonacci level sitting at 3330. However, there are, of course, support and resistance levels in between the current price and these Fibonacci levels. So let's take a look at those right now. So zooming in on the 1-hour time frame here, you can see that Ethereum is still just trading inside this level of support, sitting from 3,800 all the way down to 3,750. So if we do just continue to see a bounce from here, then the next short-term level of resistance is going to be right here at 3,850. And if we flip that into a level of support, then likely we will be heading up to this next level of resistance sitting at 3,920. So those are some resistance levels to pay attention to if we get some bullish momentum in the short term here. However, if we do lose this as a level of support, flipping it into a level of resistance, then it is likely that we will be heading up to this next level of support below that, sitting at 36.50 for the price of Ethereum. And below that, if we really go that low, flipping that into a level of resistance as well, then the next level of support below that is sitting at 35.30 all the way down to 34.30. So now moving on to Solana on the 1 hour time frame, which has just been consolidating recently after not clearing above this 0.786 Fibonacci level at $190, falling all the way down to the 0.5 Fibonacci level at $163. And like I said, is now just consolidating in between the 0.5 and the 0.618 Fibonacci level, which is sitting at $174. And like I said in the last couple of videos, so long as we don't see Solana trading below that 0.5 or above that 0.6 Fibonacci level, we can just expect to continue to see consolidation here. But these are two important price levels to pay attention to in terms of the momentum that we might be seeing in the future here. And zooming out to this 4 hour time frame for Solana, recently we had this downtrend, but then broke it and started trading in this uptrend right here. So yes, we got a first bounce and are now getting very close to actually testing this trend line as a level of support. So currently, as of the time of recording, the support is sitting at $164. So potentially you could be seeing a bounce from there. And yes, if we do go below that trend line, then there is, of course, the Fibonacci level of support sitting at 163. So something like a fake out is also possible there. But if you really do see the price trading below that $163 level, then we might be seeing some more bearish momentum soon, because this trend line is then no longer valid as a level of support. So taking a look at this chart right here as well, Solana is currently trading in between this level of support and this big level of resistance right here. So in terms of this big level of resistance, it is all the way from 166 up to $172 for the price of Solana. Though if you do see Solana flipping this into a level of support, then likely we will be heading up to this next level of resistance above that from 177 all the way up to $181 for the price of Solana. Though in the case that Solana loses this level of support at 164 and then again at $163, like the Fibonacci level of support, then in that case, there will be some short-term support right here at $160. But if we really get some bearish momentum, then more likely is that we will be heading lower. For example, we have a little bit of short-term support right here sitting at 155, but more likely would actually be this big level of support sitting from 150 all the way down to $140 for the price of Solana. By the way, if you are trading altcoins or just buying and holding, I just created a video a couple of days ago for the members only videos, which is entirely focused on my altcoins entry and exit strategy. So if that's something you're interested in, then I recommend you go check it out. You can again just go to the description of the video you're watching right now and then click on this link right here, which goes to my long-term analysis videos on Patreon. And there you can see if you want to subscribe. Anyways, this has been today's market update video. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.